Okay, guys, this is a video about a spillage that happened back in May 2023. 12 of them to be exact, and the city did not notify the public, did not let us know that there was sewage in the streets, sewage being pumped out to Redfish Bay. Here's the evidence. This came from a citizen in town. He actually notified me back in May, but he was waiting on the documentation. He finally got it. He gave it to me, so I'm going to share it with you guys. Here you go. Okay, guys, Texas Commission of Environmental Quality, or TCEQ, came out on May 10th, 2023 because of a complaint made by a citizen. This citizen finally got this data in and sent it to me. This is the investigation in the photographs by TCEQ. They met with Christian Freeze, Mr. Freeze, from the utility crew leader of Aransas Pass, Texas, on 5/10/2023. We had violations of our permit. So we failed to prevent the unauthorized discharge of wastewater into or adjacent to water in the state. Specifically on May 9, 2023, a total of 12 unauthorized discharges occurred, one of which was greater than 100,000 gallons. Guys, if anybody wants a copy of this, just send me an email at jason.follow@yahoo, and I'll gladly send you this PDF. So the facility name is Aransas Pass, Texas. Estimated spillage of sewage was 195,000 gallons. This is the criteria, basically safety's in place that you have to do. If there's 50,000 gallons or more, or 100,000 gallons or more, in which we hit the 100,000 mile mark. So if you have private property that has a well, you are to distill the water, boil the water, that kind of thing, and no one is to come in contact with the feces or sewage material, right? Why? Well, because it can carry hepatitis and bacteria and fungi and all kinds of diseases, so you don't want to mess with it. Background, this is just saying basically that they had an audit the year before, and there were some issues the year before too, and this is their first time coming out since then. Now, this red font here is the actual citizen who was making his own notes on his paper because he felt like he did complain, and he misread this, is how I'm gathering it, because it does talk about his complaint later on. But he's thinking that there was no other complaint. There was. His complaint is on here. So at the time of the call, no final spill volume was given to Texas Commission Environmental Control, TCEQ. Matt Freeze is the one that Mr. Freeze is the one that initiated this. There were several locations and several manholes with spillage, seepage, and sewage coming out of them. I'm not going to go through the whole thing for you. It's just a rough synopsis, right? But basically, there were 12 violations. The violations ran all the way to Redfish Bay, meaning that sewage leaked out into our bay. With that said, there was 12 total complaints, and I'd like to show you something. So with those complaints, the city was supposed to send out an alert or notify the populace of the event. Everybody I talked to did not get an alert on their phone. The alert system that Chief Blanchard always talks about that works. Apparently it didn't work, or they didn't do their job, right? The only thing we were able to find and note was that Chief Blanchard talked briefly about the flooding coming up on May 12th, but nothing about May 9th, May 10th was sent out to any of us public people about the issues, except this. So Mr. Gomez's weekly report on May 12th, this is 3 days after the incident. Whoever wrote this for Ram, because we all know Ram can't write like this, so we'll say Gary Edwards or Gary Struggs. He put on here, because of recent extreme heavy rains, we had a domestic sewage spill on May 9th, impacting the areas of South Rive and West Greenwood Avenue. However, he's only talking about one incident. There were 12 different incidents. So he's only capturing one and did not explain or tell us about the other 12 or the affected areas. Excuse me. It says here the investigators were able to confirm the complaint allegations regarding the UD, which is part was by the city utilizing a single pump at each lift station during the rain event. So that's one of our problems. We didn't have enough horsepower pumping out sewage. With that said, let's scroll down. Here's what happened on May 9th, 2023. A non-compliance notification was sent to the agency for 12 unauthorized discharges. Specific discharges were observed at the following locations. Euclid, Stodford was 1,200 gallons, that intersection. Euclid and Spencer had 1,500 gallons. Euclid and McClung had 1,800 gallons. Arch and Nelson had 1,500 gallons. Ark and Yoakum had 1,800 gallons. Ark and Goodnight had 3,600 gallons. 13th Street and Compton had 1,500 gallons. 13 and Lot had 20,000 gallons. Intersection of 13 and Matlock had 1,500 gallons. One manhole behind 2735 West Wheeler had 1,800 gallons, and one manhole at 477 Farm Road 1069 had 1,800 gallons. The one at Rife and Greenwood had 195,000 gallons. So it's actually more than 195,000 gallons in total. For unauthorized discharge 100 gallons or greater, media notification to the public is required. This did not happen. They did not notify us, did not tell us we were in jeopardy, did not tell us there was sewage going out to our city and to the bay. On May 9th, 2023, the permittee provided a 24-hour notification to the agency upon becoming aware of the ongoing unauthorized discharges. Debris from the spills were cleaned using a vacuum truck, and the affected areas were treated with calcium hypochlorite. With that said, they started cleaning this stuff on May 9th. TCEQ didn't come out to the 10th. So they had plenty of time to clean areas like the bay and the harbor before they could get audited by the state. Here's some of the pictures. So this is Rife and Greenwood. This is sewage. Rife and Greenwood from another angle. This is also sewage. Rife and Greenwood again. There's your manhole. As you can see, there is sewage. Here is our ditch leading to Redfish Bay that they took pictures of because of the sewage. Another angle of Redfish Bay. So all these drainage issues and concerns with this sewage do pump out to Redfish Bay. So as you can see, this is water qualification non-compliance notification, meaning this is an infringement. We violated the law. This is talking about the manhole behind 2735 West Wheeler with a discharge of 1,800 gallons of sewer into the nearby storm drain. Here's what I want you to pay close attention to. Potential danger to human health, safety, or the environment. And the inspector said yes. And he's going to say yes on every single one of these. Why? Because of the sewage. Sewage can contain bacteria, fungi, a plethora of diseases such as hepatitis. It is harmful for us. They treated it with calcium hypochlorite, which is basically a tablet they put on top of the sewage to eat it away, but it still sat there for a day and a half, and that doesn't work right away. My issue and concern is that the public was not notified. Why weren't they notified? Only a palate knows, right? Only a palate knows. Who knows? You would think if the city cared about the city and the environment and the people that we would be notified about this, but that did not happen. And as you can see, there are numerous. There's a total of 12. Each one of them poses a risk to health and safety of the environment. Intersection at 13th and Lot, 27 gallons, 20,000 gallons. Again, potential to safety, health, environment. All the way down. And again, guys, if you want a copy of these, jason.followwell@yahoo, send me an email. I'll get them to you. Show you exactly what the city kept from the population. Now, note, there is a lot of these, 12 of these in total, but I want you to pay close attention to the last one, which the inspector wrote something a little different. Right here. Treated area with calcium hypochlorite, and we'll send out a notice. Okay, guys, so I know the video is a little long, but I mean, Tells you exactly what happened. With that said, city officials out there have $1 million to spend on a concession stand, which, by the way, they blocked me and will not send me the data schematics on that so I can break it down to see how much that thing actually costs. But, you know, we're talking about the city of Aransas Pass, who is corrupt, not transparent, and hides a bunch of crap from us, like you just saw in this video. Mind you, don't forget about Ram Gomez and his RV park he was going to build out there, and his extra 6-inch to 12-inch lines he was going to run out to his own personal RV park. That was $58,000 that the taxpayers paid for from a survey for his land and a couple of others, but we shouldn't be spending any of our money on the mayor's own property. Oh, I forgot. Just for shits and giggles, Chief Kelly, notice you got a brand new 3/4 ton truck this year, and we just got trucks a couple of years ago. Congratulations. I'm glad we can afford your truck, but not sewer lines. Also, I know you're working on getting this big old fire department built where you can have more employees under you and more money for you, not the city of Aransas Pass, but how can we afford all that, yet we're covered in shit, literally, and you'll hide it? Your infrastructure is 100% backwards. It's time to clean house. It's time for y'all to go. Like, we need real people that actually live here and care for this community. Anyway, guys, if you need some more data on this, I know I went through it kind of fast. Jason.Followwell is my email. I will gladly send you this PDF and you can read it for yourself. Thanks, guys.